Welcome back to C Morning Show. This one,
we talk about money,
we're talking about money, not the spending money.
Oh, no?
But I think it gives us new perspective to see your money, especially about financial literacy.
Yes,
Yes,
correct.
it's gonna be excited because we know that many consumers today have little understanding of finances. Indonesia's Financial Services Authority, or OJK, has reported that the country's current financial literacy index is only at 49.68%.
Right.
So a lack of financial understanding may underscore why so many young people are struggling with saving and investing.
That number is really interesting. Financial literacy is a life skill, and of course, like all skills, it takes time for us to learn from the beginning. And like sometimes it can be daunting, probably can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be so. Because we have here the Sribuu and CerdikMapan co-founder Nadia Amalia to make it easy for you how to manage your money, especially post-pandemic. We need to manage it better because the economy is slowing down, although it's picking up again a little bit. But yes, Nadia, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me here. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah, so excited. So speaking about financial literacy, as you heard earlier, below 50%.
What does that mean, Nadia? Is that bad? Is that good? Is that...
It is actually improving compared to, because when I first started teaching financial literacy, it was around like 10%-ish. So now it's definitely way better than before.
Okay, so what is financial literacy?
Financial literacy is basically a skill to understand our financial situation and then make informed decision what kind of financial products that we should use and utilize to reach our financial dreams. So basically it's just a skill to help you to reach your goals.
Oh, nice. So how important for us to know a better information about financial literacy?
It is, to be honest, it's extremely important because, of course, as a human being, we have a lot of goals in mind. We want to buy a house, pay for education fee. There are a lot of things that needs money. That's why financial literacy is really important to help us to understand what kind of steps that we should take to reach that goals. Basically, ensure that we can reach those goals we have in life.
What are the basic steps? For example, right? Because earlier we also shared that a lot of young people find it difficult to actually probably even save money. For whatever reason, probably what we Indonesians call kemakan lifestyle, maybe, it's like, they're looking at other people, being super consumptive and everything. So what are the basic steps so that we can manage our money better? So that we can start saving, or if we have a little bit more money, then we can start investing, but wisely.
There are 5 easy steps. So I call it 5 easy steps. I want to start with easy because it's actually really easy. The first one is that understanding our finances. So we got to understand our cash flows, our assets, our debt, understanding that. And the second one is understanding what are our goals. For example, what we want to buy in the future. And then the third one, after we understand our financial condition and also understand our goals, the third one is that how we plan that, how much money that we should save, because after understanding our financial condition, we know, okay, if I want to buy this house, I don't think I can afford that, I need to work more. So the third one is really important, so we know. And then the fourth one, this one is a little bit education, is to understand what kind of financial products needed to achieve that goals. For example, I want to save for down payment, and then I know what kind of investment products that I should invest in.
Which are what kind of products? Is it deposits? Is it
savings?
Yeah, it could be deposit, it could be stock, it could be fixed income mutual funds, so a lot of those stuff. So that's why we need to Google that and learn that online. So the fourth one, I can say the most difficult one to learn. And the last one is another hard one, is to monitor our progress, because to be honest, what is hard in personal finance is to be consistent.
Exactly.
Yeah, the last one is the hardest one.
What are the challenges when you can't be consistent? What are the challenges causing this inconsistency so that you cannot reach your goal?
Sometimes we can be very procrastinating.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I think that's the hardest one. I read this one book called Starts With Why. And then I can really relate to that, why people can be consistent.
It's by Simon Sinek.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I read that book. And then now when I teach financial literacy, I always ask the participants like, hey, why you're saving right now? What are your goals? Because when people have their goals, they are more motivated. For example, okay, I want to have my wedding next year. And then people will be more motivated because they need to save money.
They need to know their why.
Yes.
And make the why really dominant in your life.
Yes,
So
exactly.
basically, we never stop asking to ourselves
Yes.
about our decision that we want to make.
Yes.
And probably you are noticed about this, Nadia, the lack of financial literacy, especially among young Indonesians. Is that why finally that you are built CerdikMapan and also Sribuu? Please tell us more about that, what you're doing.
Yes. Okay. Again, I'm gonna start with why again. Why I'm doing this? Yeah. So growing up, I witnessed a lot of people around me, my family, relatives. They got into financial troubles because financial literacy. Some even got into jail because of that. So that really hit me. I felt like I need to do something. Yes. So that's why in 2016 I started CerdikMapan. The intention is pretty simple because back then, like, learning about financial literacy was really daunting, and then a lot of people was afraid to learn about it. So I want to make it simple with CerdikMapan. So we had easy to understand curriculum and also financial clinics to help our friends and also family to learn about financial literacy. And so far, we have educated like 35,000 people in Indonesia.
And you're doing online and offline as well?
Online, offline, yeah.
For the CerdikMapan itself.
Yes.
So what's in the, is like a community-based activity, or is a website or the organization so people can actually join with the movement or something like that?
So mostly offline events in the past, and then I think that's also the reason why I started Sribuu, because back then I found a gap. Two gaps. The first one is that it wasn't really scalable to do that. And the second one is that I want to make a tools that help people to be more consistent.
Can you show us a little bit about Sribuu? Because I just downloaded it, but I have to create an account. So I think
an app, right?
Yeah, probably by showing what you have, the app in your phone. So how does it work? How does it help us to manage our money better?
So it's a personal finance app.
Right.
So we help people to understand their financial condition by helping them to tracking their spendings from e-money, commerce, and also e-wallet in one place.
Wow. So it's like an Excel sheet, but in an app.
Exactly, and then you can automatically track your spendings there. You don't have to input that manually, so we can do that for you. Auto-correct the transaction.
I'm not ready to do that.
So it's integrated with other sort of like e-money, GoPay or OVO or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, we download the app.
Yeah.
And
connect your account. Like it's just, this one is just a demo. Don't get the numbers.
This is not your personal expense.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. So basically, you can track your spending and then track your spending from some banks and also track into one place. And then I also want to scale the advice that I usually give for flight events. So based on those spendings, we also give you basic personal finance advice. Hey, you overspend. We send a push notification 3 times a week. Like, hey, Nadia.
Like a warning.
Like a warning, so I can make it more scalable in a way.
Brilliant. I love it. I'm going to download it.
How to do that.
Because I never have that Excel sheet, by the way.
Yes, because I used to do, I learned about the financial setup since I was quite younger.
Yeah.
But I do it very manual. I
understand that.
Way.
Did you write it down?
Exactly. I posted it in envelope and I posted for this, for that. And then at the end of the month, I'm so happy when I check my envelope, it's still the money and I still have the money there. So that's how I learned at first. But now digitalization in, so basically we have to switch to something more modern by the app of Sribuu. Thank you so much for creating that.
Thank you.
Makes my life easier, but
hopefully
scary at the same time.
It is actually
get the
a little bit
warning.
scary because you have all of the notes right.
Yes.
Yeah, and also one thing, I think one principle that my dad back then told me when it comes to managing the money is, you know, the use of credit card, right?
Yes.
And don't buy things when you don't have the money.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like if you can not have credit card, just don't have it. Because with debit card, it's different.
Yeah.
Because we know, oh, this is how much money we have,
Yeah.
so this is what we're going to spend.
Yeah.
So we're not sort of creating, I don't know, like, anyway. Anyway, so
You
yes.
have to be responsible.
Yes, yes. So Sribuu will help that. What else does Sribuu do? Because there's also, because you compared it with
Another app, but I think
affiliate
that
apps.
it's more like investment, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
We are more like a
it's a
person.
different app, right?
Yes.
So what is the investment part of that?
We have a little bit of it, just a little bit, because a lot of people after saving, so usually people are able to save like 20 to 30% after managing their spendings, and then they ask us questions like, hey, I want to invest my money now. So we integrated our app with one of the gold platforms, so people can invest in gold.
Platform.
Yeah, invest in gold.
Yeah.
That never goes down, right? Gold.
Yes. Because that considered as safe, so that's why.
Invest.
Yeah.
Especially
Only
for
gold?
the beginner.
Only gold so far. Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm going to download your app.
Yeah. And also from the app and the campaign that you do with the CerdikMapan, basically you educate the public through various platforms, from offline, online, which also has several programs. One of them is sharing session at school and university. How is it going? How has it been going so far? And how is the response?
Yeah, I feel like now is way better than before, because when I started, it was the financial literacy was around 10%-ish. The awareness was low. People would think like, why do I need to learn about this? And then COVID happened, and then people had more time at the time, and also we had also some kind of like economic recession in a way. A lot of people had financial difficulties, and that is why the awareness now is higher than before. So especially for Gen Z, they are more aware about financial literacy and willing to learn as well.
Yeah, which is good.
Exactly. Nadia, I'm curious, especially for the first timer or for early stage of someone's, if they want to set their financial situation to make a better financial situation, which one do you suggest, the investment or saving?
Okay.
Sometimes people are confused about that. I want to invest, but I don't have any savings.
How are you going to invest if you don't have any savings?
Exactly.
My friend.
So, do you have any like suggestions?
Yes.
So, or should one particular person should go to financial planner to discuss about the financial situation, or how?
Okay, I think definitely if you want to start to plan for your money, is start simple. So definitely start with saving first, trying to understand what are your goals, and then because what kind of investment products that you invest in really depend on your goals in the future. For example, if you have long-term goals, and then probably you can invest in more like a higher risk investments. So that's why it's really tied up to your goals in the future. Don't start with the investment first, because I think I found a lot of examples that people would start investing without really understanding why they invest in that kind of investment products, and don't really understand what kind of investment product is that.
And they don't have the savings, so they end up sort of losing the money, and then they borrow money. And then losing the money and borrowing money.
Skip the first level. It's not a good idea.
No. You should save first. I mean, in principle, basically, the money that you would like to invest is when you already have some sort of saving. So you have your safety net, and then probably, this money I can invest a little bit. And this is also the sort of like campaign or advice that CerdikMapan is giving, which is, this is their Instagram account. This is your Instagram account, correct?
Yes.
So this is where they usually post if they have webinars, right? So if you want to know how to manage your money better with all of the different topics is here. And this one caught my eye. Things I wish I knew before I got married. What was it about? What were you discussing in this one?
So it's more like a financial tips for people who want to get married, because one of my co-founder, she was getting married at the time.
Right.
So she wanted to give financial advice to other people.
That's great.
I think that's important.
There you go, CerdikMapan. And if you are interested in also downloading the app to manage your money better, or to invest in gold, or to begin to understand investment in gold, you can download Sribuu. There you go. Thank you so much, Nadia.
Thank you
for sharing.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
for
you
your sharing. Amazing. Now
Have we become wiser?
Of course.
Financially?
We have to become responsible, be responsible with ourselves, with the money, because we not only live for today, right? I mean, yes, of course we live for today, but we have to be responsible so we don't have to be burdened for someone else because of our, you know, irresponsibility about our behavior, especially about our financial lack of knowledge.
Yes, and there's a lot of that happening, and we wouldn't want to be that burden. Okay, thank you so much again, Nadia. Best of luck with all of your projects, and thank you so much for being a light in financial literacy.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes. All right, now we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll have a recap from our previous story, so stay tuned.